Lusikisiki. In the rolling hills of South Africa's Eastern Cape, this town is often defined by its beauty. But on the night of September 28, 2024, that beauty was shattered by a level of violence that horrified even a nation hardened by high crime. This wasn't a robbery gone wrong. It wasn't a random act of street violence. It was an organized execution, a slaughter of 18 lives, orchestrated from within the walls of one of the most secure prisons on the continent. The setting was Ngobozana village. Two households, the Sinkina and Matu families, had come together for a sacred purpose. They were preparing for a traditional ceremony called umembulo, an event meant to mark the end of mourning for a relative who had been murdered exactly 1 year earlier. Neighbors were cooking, children were playing, and the elders were gathered in the warmth of family. They were there to find closure for one death. They had no idea they were about to witness 18 more. Just before midnight, the silence of the village was replaced by the deafening rhythm of automatic gunfire. Heavily armed men stormed both houses. They didn't speak, they didn't demand money, they simply opened fire. Using AK-47s and high-caliber handguns, they sprayed the rooms with lead. In the first house, 12 people were killed instantly. In the second, 6 more fell. Out of the 18 victims, 15 were women. One of the youngest was just 14 years old. As the gunmen fled into the dark, the scene they left behind was apocalyptic. Police who arrived later described a house of horrors, a place where traditional celebratory food was splattered with the blood of an entire family line. Only a few survived, including a 2-month-old baby left crying in a room full of the dead. The massacre sent shockwaves through the South African government. Police Minister Senzo Muchunu and General Fani Masemola descended on the village, promising that the killers would be found. But as the ballistics teams began their work, a chilling pattern emerged. The weapons used weren't just common street guns. These were specialized tools of death, and the motive behind their use was far more complex than a simple grudge. The investigation moved with lightning speed. Within days, police recovered a cache of weapons, including the AK-47s used in the attack. But the real breakthrough came from the digital trail. Investigators discovered that the hit had been coordinated via mobile phones, leading them to a place that should have been impossible to reach, the Ebongweni Supermax prison in Kokstad. Meet the alleged mastermind, Mzukisi Ndamase, a man already serving time in one of the most high-security facilities in Africa, a place designed to keep the most dangerous criminals completely isolated from the world. Yet, according to the state's case, Ndamase was using a smuggled cell phone to run his operations from his cell. The motive? Revenge, a dark, spiraling family feud that had already claimed lives in the years prior. It is alleged that Ndamase ordered the hit to wipe out the family of his rivals, ensuring that no one would be left to retaliate. He didn't just want them dead, he wanted their entire lineage erased from Ngobozana. But Ndamase didn't pull the triggers himself. He allegedly used a network of foot soldiers on the outside, including men like Luando Abi and others who have since been brought before the courts. The Lusikisiki massacre was not just a crime scene, it was a warning, a reminder of how unresolved conflict, access to illegal weapons, and organized violence can collide, devastating entire communities in minutes. As legal proceedings continue and the investigation unfolds, the country watches, waiting for justice, waiting for accountability. But for Ngobozana village, time stopped on September 28, 2024, because some nights don't just end, they leave scars that never fade.